5, it's Perth, race number 10 for our Singapore viewers. It's over the 2100 metres, a 70-plus event. Really good staying race, and I'm excited to see Material Man again because that horse had no right to win last start over the 2200 metres.
Had nothing go wrong. I remember watching that race up in Broome, and Richie Bell's call was spot on at the time. It had no favours, got shunted out wide, had to go early, had to go all the way around them, and then you saw the stablemate Ready to Fire couldn't get a run on the inside. So, you know, both really good performance from the Justin Warwick gallopers, but Material Man here from Barrier 1. Lucy will do what Lucy does and what William Pike does and just sit on the fence, smoke the pipe and then be presented in the straight.
Yeah, let's take a look at that last start victory now.
Ready to Fire, desperate for a run, trying to get up on the inside now. Then Savannah Roller, and down the outside is Material Man. Ready to Fire, gets through on the inside of Dust Me Off, but Material Man joined in quickly on the outside. Material Man hit the front, Don't Get Caught's running on. Ready to Fire, Dust Me Off, but Material Man is clear over the final stages from Don't Get Caught and Ready to Fire. Outstanding win.
Well, like you said, you were at Broome watching that. I was sitting next to Justin Warwick, and he had his cap on, so I couldn't see his hair, but if he had been there, he would have been pulling it out. He was watching the mare on the inside, as you said, get held up. Then he was watching Material Man be in a good position, bad position, back, wide. Lucy Warwick got off, said it was the hardest race she's ever ridden in, just with the jumbled speed. But I think it showed the class of this horse. Not only did it step up from 1600 to 2200 and prove the good, it had a tough run as well. I think it just goes on. I think it's the best bet of the day.
It was actually a blessing in the end that it got out wide, stayed out of the trouble and kept flowing. So it was a nice ride from Lucy. We've also got in the race, number 9, Present Arms. Great to see. I'd sacked it before last run, but I've got it on top here. Great to see it put in a nice performance and hit the line strongly. Don't know if it was the weight, but even now here with 52 kilos, looks very well in this race.
I've been keen on it for a little while now, but I just don't read into the apprentice race too much. Anything can happen in an apprentice race. Although the horse did finish second, I just want to see it do it again. And I go back through those other form lines. I just think there's a few horses travelling a little bit better. Look, with 52 kilos and Barrier 4, it should get a lovely run. But Material Man, the Sensos, Falcon Crest, Fathoms of Gold, they are in career best force at the moment.
Falcon Crest, another one we'd touch on. We saw the win on the last race replay. Now, this horse has put together 3 in a row, going for 4 in a row here, and that man William Pike on.
Did a little bit harder this time, as Alana Williams said, probably time now to step up. Just flattened out a little bit, but they did really well to get 3 runs out of it under the 1700 metres. So good training performance there as well. This horse was known to be a stayer. It'll just step straight up with that fitness, and I think again be very hard to beat.
Adam, number 10, we mentioned Ready to Fire as well. Senso there, but this one really intrigues me. Number 7, Fathoms of Gold. Mature Ortier, he knows how to control these staying races, and he can do it again on Fathoms of Gold.
Yeah, he'll get his chance again just to bully this race. I found it really hard where to put Fathoms of Gold. I wanted in my numbers, and I've left it out of my numbers. The form lines are fair. They're not great. That's the one thing you have to take a look at, beating Grindabella and Midnight Banquet. They're no sensations, but this horse, it's the way it's done it and the way that he's been able to ride it. I think it's certainly a chance in the numbers, but I'm going to go with number 1, Material Man. I think it's the best of the day. From 5, Falcon Crest, 4, Senso, and number 8, Military Service.
I'm going with the 9, Present Arms. Pretty keen on him here. From the 1, Material Man. Number 5, Falcon Crest. And the 10, Ready to Fire.
Race number 6 at Belmont Park, it's Perth, and race number 12 for our Singapore viewers. And this is a really good 71-plus event, but I'm looking forward to a battle between 2, and that is number 1, Django, and number 9, Royal Supreme. Their form lines look superior at the moment, and they're in good form.
Looks the Quinella of the day, doesn't it, Adam? Let's go back and have a look at Django winning last start, beating Spinder Wheels.
The rail, and then Reflect and Spinder Wheels. Lenience, Mickey Two Toes has got a mountain to climb. At the 300 though, Rebel King on the inside gets the better for the moment of Secret Nova. Spinder Wheels, Django starting to run on. Con Jobs along the rail. At the 150, Rebel King tackled by Django. Spinder Wheels down on the inside. It's Spinder Wheels, Django. Django got his head in front. Django wins it. Django beats Spinder.
Quality win here by Django, because I just don't think the 1200 metres is what this horse wants. It's even a little bit of my concern here with the 13. I think 1400 metres is definitely its go. It goes up in weight now to the 58 kilos. There's a small question mark as well. Barrier 4 going to get a lovely run, but this horse, since joining the Alan Matthews stable, is just enjoying racing again. And we've said it so many times with this horse that that's all they're saying they've done. They've just stepped back a little bit. They're enjoying the bush, relaxing with it, and all of a sudden he's having fun out there, and it's showing with the results.
Even at second behind Gigante first up was an excellent run. Came out and won the next start, and then the next start. I think it's a real big chance here, Adam. But as you said, I've got the question marks on the 58 kilos, 55 up to 58. Class animal and drawn well, should get the lovely run. But number 9, Royal Supreme, Grant and Alana Williams, William Pike riding, Barrier 3 just inside of it. I just love the dash and the turn of speed that this horse has developed.
Yeah, I had it on top this day, and I was a bit nervy. I think it was about $10 when it jumped, and there was a clear favourite in the race, a Maginica was the favourite. I was hoping this was going to be the replay horse. If you do get an opportunity, go back and watch it. You're not going to see many better rides again from William Pike. Barrier 3, 54.5 kilos. This horse is just starting to show some form now, and with its turn of foot, if it's close enough to Django, you can go straight past it.
Especially with that lightweight as well. It's only a small step up in class in the 66 here to the 71. Also Spindle Wheels, Adam. We've been talking about this horse in fantastic form without putting a win on the board.
Yeah, it's going along really nicely, and it's a positive for Michael Lane. Well, he probably doesn't think it's a positive. I know that he's sick and tired of running a drum, but this horse is going nicely. The question mark last start was, the firmer track, was that going to do anything? But it was a nice run behind It's It, beaten 1.5 lengths. The start before that was beaten a half length by Django. Barrier 1, 56.5 kilos. Peter Hall riding so well. Again, it has to be a consideration, but I'm going to go with number 1 Django from 9 Royal Supreme. I don't think there's too much between them. 6 Spindle Wheels and 3 Cougar Knights.
Yeah, looks a great Quinella. Number 9 on top for me. Royal Supreme from the 1 Django. 3 Cougar Knights here and 4 Flying Roar.
Race number 7 at Belmont Park. It is Perth. Race number 14 for our Singapore viewers. It's a listed Farnley Stakes over the 1400 metres. Not our strongest one we've had, because a lot of these horses now are just starting to warm up for the Ascot campaign, but there's a few that are in pretty good form.
Yeah, a couple first up here, and as you mentioned, Adam, those 72, 78 plus horses getting a chance in this as well. But let's go back to the Idyllic Prince and have a look at Akadasset's run for 3rd.
In front by a length. Here comes First Among Equals, though. Pike's hard at work with Red Aura coming between those, and down the outside is Rock Magic. Akadasset led them. First Among Equals taking a day to get there. Rock Magic's got them covered. Rock Magic stormed up now. He's got right to the outside, and It's a Hymns making late ground. Rock Magic in front, coming back on the inside. First Among Equals from Akadasset, but Rock Magic will win the Idyllic Prince.
I found this a bit of a surprising performance on the day, and clearly I wasn't the only one, as it jumps a $101 chance. Was only beaten a length by Rock Magic on that occasion, and now drops weight. As you mentioned, this is a race where there are a few 72, 78 plus horses stepping up, and if he runs like he did on that occasion, for mine, he just wins and he'll be one of the better bets of the day.
Absolutely. The other one from that race is Red Aura as well. Now, we didn't see the best of it. Was shunted to the front by William Pike. Tried to keep First Among Equals in, and it did that successfully to First Among Equals' detriment, but can improve out to 1400 metres. I'm just not willing to write this horse off just yet.
I don't think he can. From barrier 8, with the way this race is going, I expect them to ride this horse just a little bit colder. As you said, it was a tactical move last start, and that was because the way that the track was playing, and as well just trying to beat the 2 horses that are clearly a bit better. Now, Red Aura is probably in the top 2 in this field when you take it on face value, not recent runs. So a little bit colder. Let them show the turn of foot. Paul Harvey on board. I'm with you. I won't rule it out.
Last winner over at 78 plus was Military Ruler. Now, you can easily win this. The trial recently was very, very sharp.
It was an impressive trial, and it was behind Benito. Well, actually beat Benito, and Benito raced well last Saturday. Question mark for mine, William Pike stays with Social Unique over Military Ruler. That may be a bit of a lead, but I love what this horse did. Barrier 6, 55.5 kilos. Jordan Turner is riding so well. We saw him lift these colours last week when Rebel King broke a 406-day drought as well. So no issues with him on board. It certainly comes into consideration, but I can't go past number 2, Akadasset here. From 8, Socially Unique, 7, Military Ruler, and 3, Young Lionel.
I'm following William Pike here. I've got number 8 on top, Socially Unique. From the 7, Military Ruler. Number 1, Red Aura, and the 2, Akadasset.
Race number 8 at Belmont Park. It's Perth. Race number 16 for our Singapore viewers. It's the Amelia Park Beef Handicap over the 1,000 metres. Some good speed in this, and there's certainly some form lines to analyse because there's some nice weight swings for a couple of gallopers.
Yeah, there's a few backing up as well, as there is throughout the program, and one of them is Brackets. Let's have a look at it. Beating Juwendas last start impressively.
Moon and Kalita about to peel to the outside. 350 to go. Roger the Roman led the way. Brackets on the inside, called upon by Pike. He's starting to come hard from Transgressor. Juwendas down the outside, back behind them. Ripper Red. It's Brackets at the 100 metres. The leader getting away from Roger the Roman. Juwendas, Transgressor, and a treble for Pike. The Wizard takes Brackets clear.
Nice performance there by Brackets. Just jumped a little bit cleaner than normal, and then when William Pike's in charge, you know you're going to get a nice run, and was able to attack the line strongly. It gets barrier 1 here again. I think confidence is building with this animal, especially with just that it's been sound and they're able to go run for run. But the stat that you have to take a look at, go back the start before, well actually it was 2 starts ago for this galloper when it raced first up. It's 4.5 kilos heavier here than Lockroy, and that's my concern for it and Clobberetta. 4.5 kilo swing to Lockroy, and it gets the blinkers on as well. So that's just a stat I think punters certainly have to look at when you're looking at the runs.
I love the ride last up from William Pike, as you saw up the inside. Just when they get out of the gates, William Pike just knows where every horse is going to go, so he knows where to put his horse. Got to the fence, got up the inside, and it's just a beautiful ride. In the race, we also have Adam Agachar Agachar Cruise from the David Harrison yard. Kate Fitzgerald takes off 3 kilos.
Didn't know what to do with this runner. I looked at it a couple of times. Do you put it in? Do you not put it in? But I've got it on top now in the end. When you go through the form lines, it beat Kenosha by 3 lengths, then was only beaten 3 lengths by My Sister Lil, which is racing over Reese, was beaten 2 lengths by Liberty's Gem, which we know is a listed winner. And the recent trial, we just talked about how good Military Ruler trial, well, this horse was just on its heels cruising behind him as well. It then drops to 56.5 kilos with the 3 kilo claim, has 1 from 1 when being first up, has had 5 attempts at the track in distance for 2 victories and 2 seconds, and has won 5 from 15. The form lines are very good here. The recent trial showed no signs of stepping back. I think it might just have a class edge.
Number 10, Lockroy, a month between runs. The very well bred, more than ready gelding out of Polar Success, who won a Golden Slipper. Craig Staples rides here. They've tinkered with the gear, winkers off, blinkers on, but was very soft in the yard first up.
Would have done anything to see this horse step up over 1,200 metres. If it had been 12, I think I would have put it on top here. You mentioned about it being soft. It just needed to run, simple as that. Now, it's had a few weeks between those runs as well, so you'd hope it's conditioned even more. Blinkers on, 4.5 kilo swing on brackets in Clobberetta. I think it can certainly run a race, but I'm going to go with 2, Agachar Cruise, from 10, Lockroy, 11, Recalled, and 6 brackets.
I've got the brackets on top. Number 6, from the 12 there, American Start. Number 10, Lockroy, and the 4, Let It Slip.
Time now to turn our attention to the best bets of the card, and I'm going to go with race 5, number 1, Material Man, and then I'm turning my attention to the listed Farnley Stakes, race 7, number 2, Akadasset.
Adam, I'm going to be filling up on race 2, number 11, Miss Iconic. She looks very hard to beat. And race 5, number 9, Present Arms.
As we always say, do follow us on social media. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, perthracing.com.au for all of your event information. On behalf of both of us, hopefully we found you plenty of books.